الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر.
Opened in 2001, Muscat's Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque is one of the largest mosques in the world, where up to 25,000 Omanis can come to pray each day. This awe-inspiring structure covers 416,000 square metres and was built over 6.5 years by 3,000 people. The Grand Mosque's main prayer hall features the world's largest hand-woven carpet, and there are 35 chandeliers made from Swarovski crystals, with the main chandelier weighing 8 tonne. It's just so peaceful inside. I've just left the Grand Mosque. It's an absolute must-see here in Oman, and now I'm off to go see a must-play golf course. Located in the capital city of Muscat is Oman's newest and best golf course, Almouj Golf. Opened just 4 years ago, Almouj is a link-style layout where you feel as if you're tucked in between the Hajar Mountains and the Sea of Oman. The course runs alongside 2 kilometres of pristine beach, and fitting into its surroundings was a key goal of world-famous designer Greg Norman.
With the piece of land that he was given to work with and his love of links golf, you can definitely see a lot of similarities between other famous golf courses around the world. The golf course itself fits quite nicely into its footprint, so he's done a very good job of keeping it in keeping with the area. And one of his signatures, certainly in this part of the world, it's plenty of bunkers.
Almouj Golf was considered by Almouj Muscat to be something that would attract tourism to Oman. So that's why they decided to go for the name Greg Norman design, to have it a significant course, not just a golf course that has been built. So the concept of the golf course, if you'll see all of the, the movement are all emulating the mountains in the background. So he kind of took the area and used it as part of the design.
Norman's known for his classic bunkering, and they're always right in your face. And this is a great example of some of the many bunkers that are out on the golf course, and there are tons of them here at Almouj Golf Club, and you don't really want to be in them. Almouj is Arabic for wave, and Almouj Golf has quickly made waves around the world. In 4 short years, Almouj Golf has been ranked the Middle East's #2 golf course by Golf Digest.
Greg Norman continues to speak about Almouj Golf, which is great for us, of course. He said from the beginning that he felt that this golf course would get global recognition and would go on to be one of the top golf courses. We were first voted #4 in the Middle East. Now we've been voted #2 in the Middle East. And it's proven over time, even such a short period of time, that it's gaining that name.
Key to its fast-growing reputation has been hosting the Challenge Tour Grand Final, bringing the rising stars of professional golf to Oman to test themselves on this true championship layout.
We originally hosted the penultimate event of the Challenge Tour, European Challenge Tour, but in 2015 we began hosting the Grand Final. Most of the professional golfers and the organizers compared us to the actual European tours, and so they felt that Oman, Muscat would be the host for the Grand Final.
I think when Norman set out to design the course, it was definitely something that he had in mind. As the course took shape, it was clear that it was something a little bit special. I think the course lends itself well to challenging the best and to showcasing what Oman has to offer.
I'm keen to take a tour of Almouj Golf with Jamie Wood, starting with the first of its many eye-catching par 3s.
OK, hole number 2 is the challenging par 3. It's the longest par 3 on the golf course. Tee is elevated, the green's elevated, and the wind makes a huge difference. So go for the yardage, make sure you take plenty of club. There is a lot more room through the green than it would appear from the tee, so don't be afraid to be a little bit long of the flag. Hole number 4, the second of our par 3s, which runs straight along the coast. The green is relatively narrow, but is very, very long from front to back, so pin position could make a difference of 2, maybe even 3 clubs. So be sure to check the pin position and club accordingly.
Well, I can see what Jamie was talking about. I'll certainly take par here.
With the wind coming off the left, off the beach, and then the bunkers on the right, everything's pushing your ball towards the bunkers, and it's no piece of cake even if you hit the green. I think I'll take 3.
Hole number 9 is actually where I'm standing now. It's the closing hole to our front 9, although for the Challenge Tour Grand Final in November last year, this was their closing hole. They chose this as their 18. Off the tee, there's plenty of space. It's certainly not a driver hole, generally speaking. The wind is going to be at your back. So hitting to the larger part of the fairway, it's going to leave you a mid to short iron to a relatively generous green. But again, wind at your back, go careful that you don't go through the green. Hole 14, without doubt, is one of the sort of poster boy holes of the golf course. Island green, par 3, playing 150 yards in length from a variety of different tee positions. Although the green itself from the tee looks very, very small, there is an awful lot of room up there. So don't be tempted to go for the flag. Centre of the green, 2 putts, walk away with a 3, and you've done very well.
Now, there are plenty of birdies out here on this golf course, and I'm not just talking about the one I made on 14. 69 different species are out here at Almouj Golf, and sustainability is a big deal to them. They make sure they've built beautiful lakes around the golf course and created an amazing environment for wildlife.
Sustainability is a source of pride for those involved in Almouj Golf, as creating and maintaining such a lush course has its challenges in this beautiful Middle Eastern nation.
All of the plant life you see here are very indigenous to the area. The strongest have survived. Everything is natural. It should be here. The golf course itself is grown in using paspalum grass, which is very tolerant to temperature, doesn't mind the occasional bit of salt, and varying water qualities, which allows us to irrigate the golf course with, I guess, what you guys would call grey water. It's TSE, it's a treated water, which obviously being our biggest sort of expense and environmental impact, not using potable water makes a big difference.
Having these lush fairways and jaw-dropping views all to myself gives me the sense of playing what I like to call millionaire's golf.
Now, on the Ladies European Tour, I'm used to sharing the golf course with another 150 people, but out here at Almouj, there's absolutely no one. It's pretty luxurious. I feel like a millionaire.
Almouj Golf is Oman's newest and best golf complex. The course features a state-of-the-art academy and floodlit practice facilities. And I'm keen to find out more about why this is so highly rated around the world.
Part of our goal is to grow golf in Oman. One of the things they did was to create an academy par 3, and that was mainly for the academy with all of its facilities. Of course, we have state-of-the-art studio, we have PGA professionals, driving range. Because it's floodlit, the academy par 3 allows people to play into the night, which is a little bit cooler.
Well, the golf course here at Almouj is pretty unbelievable, but these practice facilities are world class, not to mention the fact it's a perfect temperature right now.
Almouj Golf's ranking amongst the very best courses in the Middle East is significant. Given its close proximity to the popular golfing stops in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, means Oman is now a must-stop on any Middle Eastern golfing swing.
We're 35 minutes flight. We're about 3.5 hours, 4 hours drive from here to Dubai and Dubai to here. So we're very close. The difference between us and Dubai is we are, a little bit more cultural. We don't have like the high rises. We are more in the history and the culture, but we also do have a different terrain. So we have the mountains, caving. We have one of the best diving in the region. Having the golf courses, of course, is a plus now with 4 golf courses. So you can play your golf and go to the desert, play another round of golf and go to the mountains. There's a lot to offer. One difference you'll find in Oman versus the rest of the destinations in the region is from when you arrive to when you go out, you will always meet Omanis. The percentage of Omanis is much higher than the expat percentage in Oman. It's a lot more authentic and, of course, very diverse.
Now, I can completely understand why this is ranked number 2 in the Middle East. It's an absolutely incredible setting here at Almouj. You've got the beautiful stunning backdrop of the ocean and a championship golf course to match. There's very few places in the world that you can get something like that. Plays a little bit different in the morning with the calmer conditions, and then once the wind gets up, it's a completely different animal. I strongly recommend putting Almouj Golf on your itinerary.
Next on my Omani Odyssey is a 2.5-hour trek into the heart of Oman to Jebel Akhdar, the nation's highest and wildest mountain range. The temperature dropping from 38 degrees in Muscat to 18 degrees the higher I climb this spectacular mountain.
Well, we've had great fun out at Almouj this morning and we've trekked our way up the mountain. This is the Jebel Akhdar, also known as the Green Mountain, and it looks a lot different to what you see down in Muscat. The higher you get, the greener it gets.
I was keen to get out and about to explore more of Omani life and culture. First stop is Al Ain, a historic village surrounded by distinctive terrace rose gardens, the origin of the most expensive perfume in the world.
Masood, we're at the terrace garden. Can you tell us a little bit about its history? It looks incredible.
Right. Actually, this area called the Jebel Akhdar, which means the Green Mountains, it's about 3,000 meters above the sea level. And in this area in particular, actually, it's famous for growing the roses. And as you can see, the steps of the roses all over the place here. From mid-March until mid-April or to the end of April, local people here, they start picking up these roses. They use the roses actually to make the rose water.
Masood, what's so special about the rock rose?
The rock rose actually, they are very genuine and their smell actually is very strong. So as you walk around, you can smell the roses actually, especially if you pass by here by early morning, you'll smell very strong smell of the roses. They pick them early in the morning, they take them straight to their distillation plants because they want to get the best of the smell before it disappears.
My final destination is Leela Resort, a luxurious hotel perched on a cliff-top plateau 2,000 metres above sea level. The distinctive cladding exteriors of the 86 suites and villas are constructed from the very stone extracted from the build site. The centrepiece of Leela Resort is the infinity pool, where it feels as if you're swimming and sunbathing on the cliff edge.
I have to say, I don't know anywhere else in the world where you can get this kind of view with this amount of seclusion. It's absolutely breathtaking.
This is the perfect spot to pamper myself post-round. I soon forget the aches, pains and bogeys of today's golf.
This is by far the most magical spot at Leela. We're standing on the yoga deck and there's classes every morning, and that over there is a private dining area. Not a bad spot for a proposal either.
If you thought those views were eye-popping, wait till you see where I'm pitching up for the night.
This is the room in our suite. It's one of 2 villas here at Leela, and it's 350 square metres of pure indulgence.
Each room and living area of this villa takes advantage of Leela's signature vistas.
This place is absolutely incredible. It's hard to work out where you want to watch the sunset from, the bath, the jacuzzi, or the pool.
At a cool 5,000 New Zealand dollars per night, this is truly living the high life.
This must be how old mate Greg Norman lives.
With such a unique setting, the resort does a great job of blending into its gorgeous surroundings. It almost feels as though the villas are cut into the cliff itself.
I've had a great day here in Oman, starting on the coastline at Almouj and wandering up to these mountains at Leela. 2 courses down, 1 to go.